Section 703 Deleted Portion. Now, this is not dictation. The unknown reality, each of you in your own way, have been involved in studying its dynamics. You have done this with your art, and began in your turns, as a child of your parents, with the teachings of that culture. So you started by drawing what you saw physically, and to some extent, like the scientists, you tried to capture the exterior appearance as faithfully as you could. Form, shape, and color, these at first delighted you as you tried to reproduce on paper what you saw in nature. Intuitively, any real artist feels the spirit within matter, and unconsciously at least tries to portray it. Some so-called objective painters, however, use the form to quite imprison the spirit within it. Your friend Larry was quite perceptive, and your dialogue sketches and the rough-noted face, they said, show on your part a growth qualitatively of artistic understanding and technique used to the surface of inner realities. The integrity of form is not denied, but is allowed to merge with the greater vitality that gives the form its meaning. This will allow you to give form, literally, in your terms at least, to the formless, or rather to realities whose inner forms are not usually fully perceived. Nor is it any coincidence that this freedom and emergence on your part coincides with Rupert's sure stages of recovery. Each of you, in your own ways, and on the grounds that you chose, were dealing intimately with challenges as you tried to decipher the unknown reality and bring it into physical manifestation as best you could. Rupert by now should be able to see a certain sequence. As previously hardened muscles begin to loosen, they are first sore. The soreness is a sign of life and vitality, of stimulation and response. Then they begin to move, though weakly. They are sensations, of course, of heat in all stages. Benton's speaks will do very well, and so ultimately will Seven. Here also you are dealing with blueprints for reality. As you probably know, you will have no financial worries. Here, in that area, excellent achievements have been made, and old beliefs overruled that were important concerning both art, society, and finances. This applies to both of you. You, rough-noted Jane and I, they said, have to a large degree thrown aside old belief systems and dared to rely upon ideas given largely to you by me. This caused you to probe into the nature of your own beings in most intimate fashion, and yet were meant to lead you into that inner world of events, because each of you wanted to take that chance and make that journey. I have heard each of you say, at one time or another, that you did not know if you would do it over again. If you knew that Rupert would have developed his physical difficulties, unthinking statement, for many people, in fact, most, have in their own ways far more difficult problems and far less achievement, joy, or understanding. In other words, by the fact of physical existence, you will have some problems. In your cases, you knew that the answers were ultimately within yourselves, a confidence few have. The inner dynamics of being, physically materialized, presuppose challenges, and those are set adventurously, always with the knowledge of creativity and of various solutions. Rupert should look over his dream material again, to find further correlations between it and the stages of his recovery, further correlations between the inward and outward sequence of events. He should now be able to perceive the summary physicians and to become more aware of inward dynamics that ordinarily escape notice. It is also possible now that he can perceive me at a certain level of the dream state, and apart from himself. There are certain auspicious times in your turns for such intersections. There are times when windows appear in the heavens, when it is easy for you to get, say, to the moon in a spaceship. And so, again, from your viewpoint, there are better times for psychological windows to open, and psychic pathways. So tell Ruber. Now, he tried 2 or 3 times lately to get you out of your body, but you did not respond. Remind yourself that you can indeed easily be aware of such situations while you are sleeping. And now, I bid you a fond good evening, and congratulations to Ruber. That said, thank you very much. Then, good night.